Hey folks, Allison here. Well, today I want to talk about one of the things that we need to be truly happy in life, to be truly content and at peace with ourselves. And it's to feel like we have a sense of purpose. Now, we know sometimes when people get older and they're not able to do what they used to do, they go through a crisis feeling like they have no purpose anymore, which of course is not true. But I think a lot of young people are struggling today too, because there's so much on social media making us feel like I have to do everything by the time I'm 22 or 25. I must be a millionaire by the time I'm 30. That it's kind of setting a bar that most people aren't going to be able to meet and wouldn't even make them happy if they did. So how do we find out what our purpose is? The first thing you want to do is what attracts you? What are the things that matter to you? How does God speak to your heart? Now, God generally doesn't call us to things that He doesn't give us abilities or desire for. All right, He made us. He knows what's going to make us happy. All right, I'm pretty sure He never called me to be a sumo wrestler. It's not something I could ever do. I don't have the ability. I don't have the physique. I don't have the desire. Right, but sometimes we do have desires, and maybe we have to fine tune it, and that's where working with a coach is really, really helpful. But I think that there are different times in our life that our purpose may change, and sometimes our purpose may not be that obvious. I mean, you might be the kind of person who, when you go into a store, you remember the clerk, you talk to people, you give people hope, you give people joy just by acknowledging them. That might be one of your purposes in life, to be present to other people. We need that. The world needs that desperately. All right, if you're a mom or a dad, you go, okay, well, that's my purpose. But even then, sometimes, as the kids get older or you're doing the same thing over and over and over, you wonder, is this all there is? Is this your purpose in life? So it's kind of a complicated question, but it's kind of a simple question too. What is God calling me to? What is my purpose in life? Because we're not going to feel, and nobody wants to feel useless, right? Even young people, sometimes they seem like they're lazy, but they all want to have a purpose. And sometimes, they're very idealistic about that purpose, and that's not a bad thing. That's a beautiful thing. And sometimes we need to kind of just find how to turn that idealism into reality. Now, you may be going through a life transition. Maybe you're empty nesting right now, or maybe you've hit retirement and I knew what to do every day of my life, and now I don't know what to do. Get up in the morning, I'm really not sure. That's again where working with a coach can be helpful, because God still has great plans for you. And sometimes when you're freed from the need to make a living, you can be doing things that you've always wanted to do that you might have lost sight of. But I think it's so important that we all have a sense of purpose, and then we also let our children and those around us know the positive impact they have on us, to help them to own their own sense of purpose. What do you see in your kids or your nieces and nephews, that potential that you see in them? Let them know about it. Let them see that they have a purpose, because that hopelessness can really zap us, can really lead us down bad roads. And again, the social media thing, be who you are. We all feel like we got to keep up. You don't have to keep up. You have a purpose right now, and you just need to kind of live that. Listen into God. Prayer is a really important key to finding out what our purpose is. But like I said, as you transition through life, if you lose sight of your purpose, you feel maybe you're being called to a different purpose in your life. That's where working with a life coach can be helpful. Certainly sometimes a spiritual director, depending on what that calling may be, to kind of really discern, how is God calling me? But to actually map out the steps to kind of live that purpose, that's where a coach can be really helpful. So make sure you download my free ebook, Live a Life of Purpose and Joy, How a Catholic Life Coach Can Move You from Ordinary to Extraordinary. Because God has big plans for you. He needs you. He needs each and every one of us to be His light right now. So you do have a purpose. Trust God. Trust God. He has plans for you. Plans for good. Hope you find that helpful. God bless you.